could do, because he's been playing very well into that that last half. It's going to be 1-1 now, and all down to that last map, S&D Redwood, and it's going to ring a bell to me, Brycey, because the last time I've seen fabE play that map, it was against Splice, and that was map number 5 for the qualification in the Pro Division. Yeah. And they lost it 6-3, if I remember correctly.
Well, for me, I'm kind of curious to see how this one goes now. Now, Necrom said to me that he will not lose this Search and Destroy. He said that. He was so confident. I believe him.
You believe him?
I believe him.
He's going up against German.
I know he is. Germans are famous for one thing in Call of Duty, and it is Search and Destroy.
But they haven't been shining on this game at S&D. That's one of the things.
No, they haven't.
Like you said, they are notorious for being good at S&D, but they haven't been good at S&D lately. So, to me, they've really been good in those response modes. So now they need to step it up. You're not going to be able to rely on Kiwi as much as you can on the response. He
has been just huge for them this time round. Kiwi has been massive.
Yeah. But to me, it's just not as good in S&D. It's not as influential. On the other end, I think Gunlit is one of those players who's going to shine in the situations where you need him to. He's that captain, he's that quality player, and if there is one player on fabE that can make kind of Necrom look like he was wrong, it's going to be Gunlit.
Yeah, I just want to point out here, but quickly want to go on and get into the theory crafting of this group. So if fabE win this 2-1, they will have lost to Splice 2-0.
Yep.
Which means, I think, that if Rift want to have a chance of actually tying this up, they have to beat Splice 2-0. To win, no, if they beat Splice 2-0, they'll win, I think, on map difference.
Yes, they'll win off fabE
off map difference. They will beat fabE on map difference, but I think it goes head-to-head first. So, unless technically that will throw Splice in the mix, which makes a 3-way tie, which means it does go to map difference. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we were
talking about. Look at that theory craft I just made there. It's like a wonderful tapestry of words that I muddled up and threw together.
There is a brain below all this air.
I know, right? And we are kind of discounting Convert Esport here, but at the moment they're not having, they're great. They're 0-4. And I'm just going to quickly check how this is all going.
And imagine if Convert Esports could beat fabE.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see that happening with the way it's been going for them so far. But I hope they're going to offer a great game to fabE for the next game. fabE yet to pick up a win, and they could very well do so in that game against Rift.
Well, they really, really want to pick this one up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the fabE side or if you're German side, this is got to be so stressing because there is so much at stake once again going into the last map. It's going to be Search and Destroy Redwood. And like I said, it's got to ring a bell for the fabE fans. It's got to ring a bell for the fabE players because the last time they played their chance at being in the Pro Division, it was that exact same map. Have they practiced their S&D well enough?
I hope they had. You got to remember, like I said, we spoke about how much this game meant. But now it's coming down to Search and Destroy, and the Search and Destroy could prove so crucial. Now, with the theory craft I put together a minute ago, that was a hypothetical because I don't actually believe Rift are going to beat Splice. I just don't think they will. And if they do beat them 2-0, then obviously we'll come to that bridge when we cross it here. But this Search and Destroy could very well determine who gets out of the groups. Or it should determine who gets out of the groups. It should determine who gets down to the relegation tournament, technically. I mean, both teams could attend. They've got points. But realistically, if you're being honest, if you had to pick between one of these two, you'd pick which one comes out of this group.
Yeah. And which one are you going to pick?
I'm going to go with Rift. I think just how unbelievably confident they were when I spoke to them earlier. It kind of spoke volumes to me. Like, you don't get that. And the thing is, he singled out the S&D. And I went, but there's 2 maps before that. It doesn't matter. S&D, we're going to win. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we'll find out where it goes now. Kinetic Armor taking down Ryder again. Oh, actually, going to at least take down Concussion. So that's quite interesting. Now, High Caliber's not here. That is going to go. Bastard says no. No. None of that for me. Thank you.
And if I was... Probably if I was in Rift's shoes, I would probably try and ban that afterburner because